Okay, so I stepped away for a moment, and while I was washing the dishes, doing chores, etc., it came into my mind, as I was thinking about this murder case. I don't want to suspect Big Brett because in my past dealings with him, it didn't seem like that was his MO. And the killing didn't seem at all like it was a rash decision. It looked calculated. I then just felt like, oh, well, it's got to be Pascal, but the idea that he's covering up a med error, um, you know, I don't know if that makes sense. It's possible. But what I was thinking about as I went through all of the suspects, and I thought, well, Pascal could cover up his mistakes, but the method in which he murdered the victim, but who else could do that would be Quentin. He has an inner working of biology and science. And so what if Quentin used that dangerous neurotoxin that he took and that he asked Pascal for, and he stole the needle and used that as the murder weapon? I'm not sure, but Quentin seemed like very suspicious when I go back and replay his conversation where I inquired about the death of Peter. He said, like, oh, it was a heart attack, right? Whereas everybody else was like, no one knows what killed him. And so it's too suspicious that he's like, oh yeah, it was a heart attack, when that was not the diagnosis and everyone else knows it was suspicious or just like unknown. He can't just... The idea that he's purposely saying it was something else seems to make me think that there's something off there. And then he was just like, what? Don't bother me about this. This is a waste of time. He was like kind of trying to, he was cold about it. He can be cold. And so I'm suspecting him now. But part of me is like, well, I don't want to mess up my mushroom supply chain with the dude. But if he's a murderer, we gotta talk about this. So let's see if this is enough evidence. Let me go to the cantina. And present this. I have reason to believe he was murdered. I also don't know if Quentin had any Core City connection. I don't think so. Yeah, and they list it up here in order. Quentin. Quentin thought Patrick was deliberately hurting the hoppers that are used to feed the station. Oh, interesting. What? Maybe you're onto something. What clues do you have? General clues. Quentin retrieved a deadly toxin from the medical storage. Go on. He has extensive medical knowledge. Oh, these are all the pieces of information I have. Big Brett and Patrick had arguments. Yep. Quentin supported Brett in the heater scandal. Yep, they're friends. He talked about that. Quentin said, like, me and Brett are friends. He's friends with these other people. Quentin came to Patrick's room and warned him that he's endangering the station by messing up the heaters in the hopper pens. Oh, I had forgotten about that. Pascal doesn't want to reveal that Quentin was murdered. That's why he doesn't want to perform the autopsy again. Quentin has extensive medical knowledge and could come up with an undetectable way to kill Patrick, and he was blamed for many problems. And then the murder weapon clues. He was injected with dimethyl mercury and killed. And, back. You present the clues that made you suspect Quentin was the killer. Finish presenting it. I don't see how the things you mentioned are connected. That's just too much information. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't give him all the information. I believe he was killed by Quentin, and I should just say he was deliberately... And the clues that I have are he got a deadly toxin from medical storage, and back to methylmercury. Back. Present. It's not good enough. Oh, okay. So maybe if you mention too much information, it's no good. Not enough, also not good. All right, so let me go back and just say Quentin. And then he got the toxin. He came to his room. He has extensive medical knowledge. Uh-huh. Man, he's not convinced. Okay. Let me try it again. Let me give even more information. This, and this, and then this. Back. Too much information. Okay. Let me give less information. Too much information. Alright. Well, I don't know. Quentin. This, general. Too much information. Okay. Not enough. Oh boy, we gotta find the exact right combination here. Not enough information. Wow. I can't believe he's not convinced. I mean, maybe I have to say that the murder weapon was the needle, but that doesn't make sense. Can anybody else give me information? Oh, what do you know about the death? Patrick. Yeah, I knew Patrick. The kid died in his sleep one day, and Doc Pascal couldn't figure out what signed his death sentence. Patrick's brother threw a tantrum, but Doc performed an autopsy again, so he did. Nothing. Still couldn't figure it out. Now Doc's far too busy saving people's lives to be spending too much time on the dead. You dig? There's so much stuff medicine as a science hasn't even scratched yet, so I can see why sometimes you gotta pull the line. Sad, but we can't all have all of the answers. It wasn't a contagious disease or some other devil, and that's the most important thing. Can you tell me what it was like as a person? Doc? Oh yeah, the kid was good. I remember him talking about his life, his little brother. Both of them were dealt some really bad cards right from the start of their lives, but that kid was a survivor. He was tough, that's what he was. Shame. Alright, see you later. What about you? What do you know about it? What do you know about Ethan Lanford? Oh. So she knows about Ethan and how he has temporal manipulation. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know Arlene was into psionics. What do you know about Patrick Pierce's death? Looking at his brother over there, I wish I knew more, but I can only tell you what we all know. Pat died in his sleep. Thinking about it, what if Pascal found out what killed Pat, and it turned out it was agonizingly painful and he was struggling the whole time? Would you like to learn something like that? I don't know what's better of the two. I really don't. Can you tell me what he was like as a person? Pretty sweet, actually. We used to chat a lot whenever he showed up. He talked about his horrible past in Core City, how he survived the riots. He felt he did some bad things back then, how he's finally found a way to atone for what he did by leading a more peaceful life. Wow. What else is new besides the earthquake? Gorski's gathering up his squad. Oh, they already did that. Who else might know something? Lennox is back. He is back. I wonder if I can ask Tanner again about Quentin. Yeah. Not really. Nothing new just yet. Alright, so I've talked to a lot of named people. There's people I haven't talked to yet, though. So maybe I have to just exhaustively talk to every single person in the station. I don't know what good this will do, but any more information I can get might be helpful. Lucas, what do you know? Poor guy died in his sleep, and even though Pascal never pinpointed the cause, I hope it was swift and painless. Most of us grew pretty fond of him, and you'd be hard-pressed to find one who hasn't. Can you tell me what he was like? He was very, what's the proper word? Focused. Yes, focus. He'd start working on something and not be done with it until it's perfect. That's how he did everything. Then Brett comes along as the only one complaining. Apparently, Patrick installed some heaters and they didn't work as they should, so the big complainer threw a bit of a tantrum, but yeah, that's Brett. So that's suspicious. Like, maybe somebody messed up his work. You know, maybe there was nothing wrong with it. He did it right, and then Brett was blaming him. I don't know. A lot of complicated stuff going on here. Alright, let me try over here. Let's see. See if anybody around here knows. Malcolm. Not right now. Nah, he doesn't want to talk. Alright. Let me go down to the bottom. Do you know anything about Patrick Pierce's death? Don't remind me of that, please. I really like Pat, as most of us have here, and whenever I'd hear Big Brett complaining about those hopper pen heaters Pat installed, I get infuriated. Who gives a rat hound's rear about your stinking heaters? Quentin, being his pal, usually supports him. Exactly. They get on my nerves, both of them. Let the man rest in peace. Sorry, I'm raging a bit. Can you tell me what he was like? If I ever say anything bad about him, please punch me right in the kisser. I think that should explain it all. Alright, so the only people that seem to have a beef are Quentin and Big Brett. But Big Brett, like, I just don't see how he would have been sophisticated enough to perform a murder that the dude didn't know about. Although burrower poison, I mean, he does have stuff like that. It's possible. What about Ezra? What do you know? His death occurred not too long ago, before you came to SGS, if I'm not mistaken. It's unusual. What do you mean by unusual? Unusual death, very peaceful. Pascal never discovered what caused it. I think he could have been more thorough with his autopsy, but I find it hard to blame him, as one cannot blame a man for prioritizing the living over the dead. Can you tell me what it was like as a person? Patrick, decent. Good in his field of work. See, good in his field of work, so why would the heaters not work? That's all I have to say. See you later. Nah, but Wayne won't talk to me. Maybe, is there anybody else that will speak to me in here? No. Okay. Let's see. Alright, let me see if I can... I don't know if I should investigate around here, see if I can find anything suspicious. I mean, I'll save it and see if I can sneak. Let's see what we got here. Some evidence would be nice. There's a mine, an EMP mine, empty power box, some weapons. I mean, what would turning off the power do for me? Anything good? Might upset him that the, what about the death? Okay. They got pigs over here, that's interesting. Turning off the power doesn't seem to have really done anything. Okay, let me see if Quentin can say anything else. I don't see why it's important. Yep. Alright. I don't see how I can... That didn't do anything. Like, the power switch doesn't seem to actually affect anything. Maybe it makes it so the light switches don't do anything? I don't know. Well, I've got some more information, but I don't know if it's enough to prove anything. It's interesting that he won't even talk about the autopsy anymore. Like, I can't even go through the questions with him. Alright, let me go talk to the guy again, I guess. I really don't have much of an option. I want to say, I don't know how I know this or why I feel this, but I thought I actually did run into a doctor somewhere who was a, specifically a forensic doctor. But that might just be my imagination. Man, the cupboards are bare. It's bad. That's what it is. Alright. I think that's everybody in the whole station. I have reasons to believe he was killed by Quentin. Yes. This. It's too much information. Okay, so... Alright, let me try this. Too much information. Not good enough. Boy. I feel like I have it right, but I'm missing something. I'm missing some way to tie it all together. Or I'm just missing how to present the information. I guess I could just, like, systematically keep clicking until I get the answer. Yeah, Brett had a cut on his forehead he claims was from falling. He doesn't want to reveal that Brett was the murderer. He smashed it back and then... Oops. Back. Not that. Darn, I said the wrong thing. Back. Oh no! Wait a minute. I clicked the wrong thing. Uh-oh, I hope I didn't do the... Well, let's see how this plays out. I got an experience point, but I don't know if I was trying to see for the dimethyl, but maybe what happened then was Big Brett did it because he was so angry, but he had Quentin help him, and Quentin gave him the supplies. I'm going to quickly look this up to make sure I didn't just botch this and do the wrong thing. Okay, I looked at the wiki about this, and I realized that I was completely wrong about who did this. And there's more information that I need to figure it out, but I don't know how to get it. So basically, I learned that you can frame Big Brett for the murder, and it wasn't actually him. You know, there's evidence that makes it look suspicious, but I did think it seems like a big stretch that he would have done this for something like the heater pens, you know, and it seems that it's connected to his past and something in Core City, but I have to unlock some kind of dialogue option about something called the Spectres to be able to point the finger at the right person whose name I saw in the medical records, but I didn't think anything of because I didn't know this person. So, I don't exactly know how to get... I didn't read enough to, like, completely give it away to myself. I just read enough to know I was wrong, and that is the wrong way to do it, even though you get experience. It kind of messes up some things later, so I don't want that outcome. So I'm gonna look around and see if there's anybody else I can question in Southgate Station and try to connect this to the guy Mord or whatever they said it was. But it's like, all I saw was that wasn't his real name just from the medical records. And they say you can try to convince Pascal to do it again, the autopsy again, but you still have to know about specters, and I don't know who I need to talk to about specters. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to need to poke around and see if I can figure out. Maybe I could talk to the brother again about his past, but I went through this again, and you know, it said he went to Core City, and he was like part of the Praetorian security. And then he got his back hurt, and he had to leave. So there's that element. Maybe I could go to Core City and talk to the Praetorian about it, but I don't know how useful that is. Jeez. Well, the mystery keeps on brewing away here. Can I talk to the captain about it? No, get out of the way. I need some sailing directions. I want to go to junkyard. Nowhere. Okay. I guess, oh, that's right. I think you can get your own sailing apparatus at some point, but I don't know about doing that. So what I need to do is just go through and try to find more people to question. So my thought process here is basically to try to work my way around and make sure I talk to every single person here that I can, looking for, of course, the character that's mentioned in the medical records that I haven't yet met, which is Mord, and also anyone who is a named person that I haven't yet spoken to. And my reasoning for doing this is because I knew that something was up, number one, when I misclicked on the weapon, the murder weapon choice for Big Brett, and he immediately accepted it and was like, yep, that's the dude. Here's Roman. Let's talk to this guy. And, you know, it ended. I was like, whoa, I didn't even... And you couldn't select the chemical as the murder weapon, and it had to be something like that. It couldn't have been any physical weapon because there were no marks on the body. So I knew that was out. Plus, you know, number one, I'm bad at detective games. I always suspect everyone, think I have it, and I need to be more calm and objective and patient. And when I step back, I have to say to myself, honestly, I don't really suspect any of the mainstays of SGS like Quentin or Big Brett. It just isn't part of what I understand about them after working with them and talking to them. Yeah, I mean, cutting his head open on the hopper cage and, you know, overheating the hoppers, that's frustrating, but it's not enough to provoke a murder, and I jumped way too far down that rabbit hole. So I want to thoroughly talk to everyone because while I'm doing my best to play the game spoiler-free, I don't want to bust up SGS like that and to go against Big Brett. And Rob pointed out to me that I want to be careful with these because you can do them the wrong way, and I want to do it the way that feels correct to my character. And so if I were in the game, I wouldn't have named the wrong weapon. I just misclicked. That was a mechanical issue. And so I don't know. You know, I would have perhaps needed to sleep on it and been more patient. So let's investigate. Do you know anything about Patrick Pierce's death? He died in his sleep. What else is there to know? Can you tell me what he was like as a person? He was a nice fellow. We would chat sometimes at the bar. Now I often see his brother there. Poor lad, a miserable sight watching him just sit there, staring into his glass. He feels there was something wrong with his brother's death, but hey, even if he finds something snapped in his brain, for example, what's it going to do in the end? It's not going to return Pat. That's for sure. Okay, I'll leave you to your work. Alright, so, you know, the idea of finding someone here who can give me information might be far-fetched. And I might actually need to go to Core City and investigate his employment, see if there's anybody at the Praetorian security guard service who could tell me about his back injury or whatever. Nobody here. Gosh, I wonder if John the Beautiful could even give me some information about it. He's a Core City man. It's tempting. Alright, so this is floor 1. Thoroughly checked, as far as I can tell, in terms of named people. Whoops, I'm skipping over to floor 3. That's a mistake. I gotta go back to floor 2. But I'm pretty sure I've talked to everyone here. I talked to Old Jonas, I talked to Orlean, I've talked to Lennox, I talked to not all the commoners, but they don't really have dialogue options. And the only other person in here that I know of is Tanner. So that's a dead end. At the armory, I talked to the salesman, but I don't know if there's anybody else here, and so let me just look carefully. I talked to Lucas. I can't get down here, which is, you know, too bad. I don't know if there's anything I can do to get back through here. God, I remember this. I mean, this was months ago that I came through this training facility. I guess I was thinking there used to be a guy who would stand here, but it was Gorski, so Gorski's gone. Maybe Gorski would know something as well. I could talk to him in Core City. The only person I think that's here that's named is Vera, but I really want to check this more thoroughly. There might be some other people here, and I just haven't checked. Oop, don't go in there. It's red. Okay. Bathroom, shower. Vera. Alright, commoner, security guard, shelves, commoners, computer console. What can I do with this? Nothing. Alright. Fine. And private quarters, I've checked there. Medical and psionics, I really feel like I've done everything here. It's basically just Pascal and the surgeon. I don't think there's anybody in the weight room, is there? Oh, there's Bisson. I forgot. Do you have any psi abilities that I don't have yet? What does Force Emission do? It's called Psi Punching. You focus your mind to add your psionic power to your fist attacks. Alright, that's fine. Thank you. I'll take it. I don't really punch people, so it's not going to be huge for me, but whatever. Might as well learn everything I can. And what do you know about death? Oh, that happened a while ago. I thought we were done with that. I don't know what to tell you. The man died in his sleep. That's all I remember. What was he like as a person? We never hung out all that much, but he did not seem like a bad person to me. Relaxed and focused on his work. That's how I described him. If memory serves me right, I think someone told me he was in the midst of the Core City riots, back when Biocore fell apart. I most certainly don't envy him for that, if you dig. Yeah, okay, so this is the thing. He was in the Core City riots, so this is where he must have aggravated someone. But, you know, his brother doesn't even tell you that much about it, just that it was rough, and that he got his back hurt on the job. But he was in the midst of it, so, you know, that is some new information, I guess, to help lead me to Core City. Engineering and cyber labs. I think I talked to everybody here. I even broke into that room, but I can't do anything. She doesn't talk, or he doesn't talk. I already talked to Ezra. I talked to Wayne, although Wayne doesn't really say anything. And then it's just these two engineers in here, right? Harold, engineer. Goran. Oh, but he just wants to talk to me about being the Invictus, which is cool. I could talk about that. I dominated some people. Agronomy and pens. This is where Quentin is, and his assistant is unnamed, just a botanist. And then in here are, it's Martha and Logan. So you can't really talk to these people. And then it's just Big Brett and his hoppers. Alright, nobody else to talk to. And then here, it's just the guy by the door. I don't think the security guard outside is named. So, I guess I just go out here and I'll just go to Core City. Yeah. Alright. Yep, take me over to Core City. Take the credits, please. She takes all the money. Okay, so first things first. I could go and just... What I'm going to do is go to the Hardcore City Bar area, and then talk to John the Beautiful about it, and then go up to Pretoria, see if they got any info for me. See, here's the electronics shop. You didn't by any chance know this dude, did you? Yes! Okay, great. So there's dialogue option for this here. This is what I need to do. I need some information on a former security guard called Patrick Pierce. Man you speak of is not known to me. Alright. But this is perfect. Now we're on the right trail. So I should have just expanded my search beyond simply Core City. I thought it was easier than that. Need some help with the assignments you gave me. I can't say much to that will help you. It's up to you to figure out what needs to be done, preferably in an optimal way, and then suppose a word of advice wouldn't hurt. And it's a very simple piece of advice. Keep your eyes and ears open. There's always cracks in the walls for you to get through, little details that reveal big secrets, small mistakes that have big consequences. Take care in everything you do, for a careless mistake might cause unrepairable damage. Yeah, and this is what Rob was talking about. Like, I can't go back on what I do. And you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe in Foundry there's something I can do where I set off some alarm and everybody in the prison like runs out to go investigate, and then I can go in and safely smuggle that guy out. I don't know. John, I need specific information on Patrick Pierce. Again, hey pal, I can dig something out for you. Don't worry a thing. John's your man. Don't trust me. Come on. Fine. If you're not going to offer everything, I'll have to ask for it myself. I'll have my special. What's that? You're joking. You don't know what my special is? It's the eel sandwich, right? Oh, I gotta go to Moe's and tell him. Alright. Go, mortal, and seek Moe to acquire John's special. I'm going. Alright. We can do that. Sure. It's easier this way. I could probably get the information another way, if I'm guessing correctly, but You know. John the Beautiful, everybody. I need to go to the gate is where Mo is. I'd like to order one John's special. Bless him. You got 200 Karens ready? Can I get a discount? I'm afraid not. The ingredients themselves are what makes it so expensive, especially the spices. Alright, dude. Here you go. Hardcore. Please wait while I prepare the dish. It won't take too long. It took a long time for Mo to prepare the special, more than he suggested at first. Still, you've never seen someone prepare a dish with so many different, and to you, exotic-looking spices, different kinds of meat, some removed from the vertical skewer at the stall, some from the grill, with the addition of 5 kinds of mushrooms, roots, and of course spices. The scent was so strong it could make you feel full without even touching the food. Finally, the dish was ready. Wow, that's a good description. Here you go. Tell John I said hi. I will. Goodbye, Mo. Take my money. What do I need that for? I'm trying to do a quest. I do have to wonder, when they say the name Spectres, if that is the organization that Jack Quicksilver is a part of, but it would seem kind of weird. Or not, I don't know. He's just part of some super shady group. And that sounds right. Here's what you wanted. Now I want information on Patrick Pierce. My food, gimme, gimme, gimme. That's what I'm talking about. Damn, this is good, pal. You did excellent. While you were gone, I got the information you needed, so listen up carefully, because I will be eating and talking at the same time. First bite. Your friend Patrick was indeed working for Praetorian Security. He came aboard almost 15 years ago, back when it was still pretty bad in Core City. Riots, gangs, violence. Yeah, pal Patrick was fighting rioters until he got hurt badly and had to leave for good. Here comes the best part. Patrick was involved with something quite interesting during his time in Praetorian Security. Operation Banishment. What's that? Operation Banishment was a cleanup of all the remaining Spectres, Biocore's elite operatives. Okay, never mind. Then he's not part of the Spectres, who were still loyal to the overthrown anti-protectorate Biocore directors. Wow, okay, so this involves Biocore. Patrick turned out to be quite a hero. He got a promotion for killing several of these deadly Spectres, but he was injured soon after that, so he didn't have the time to enjoy it. Fourth and final bite. What? Where's the food? I ate it all? But me still hungry. Tummy's burning, not yet gone. Is that everything? Hey, pal. You really think I'd hide something from you? Don't disappoint me, pal. That's all I know. What about the Spectres? Do you know more about them? Not really, just what I told you. Former Biocore Special Forces unit deadly. All killed by Praetorian Security, officially at least. Most of the information on Spectres was probably destroyed a long time ago. I don't know, pal. If you search hard enough, maybe you'll find some hardcore dope who's interested in all that stuff and knows more about it than I do. However, unlikely that someone knows anything more than me. Thanks for the information. See you later. Alright, so we know that it was potentially a former Spectre that survived Operation Banishment, but who am I going to talk to about that? Who's in the know on stuff like that, you know? Gene? Looking for information on Spectres, a former Biocore Special Forces unit. You know anything about them? That sounds familiar, mate. Spectres. Ah, I remember now. I think Oscar talked about that a few years ago. Absolutely, I remember it now. Why would Oscar know anything about specters? I don't know. He was an enforcer in Praetorian security before he opened his store. Maybe it had something to do with his job. I don't know, mate. Ooh, perfect. Okay. Thanks, man. All right. Well, Oscar, you got any beans for me? Hey, Gunslinger, back for more gear? I'm looking for some information on Spectres, a former Biocore Special Forces unit. You know anything about them? Hardcore, you know about the Spectres? You know about the Spectres? Why would I know about them? I'm hardcore, they were hardcore. We have so much in common. Maybe he says, why wouldn't I know about them? During my days in Praetorian security, I heard a lot of stories about Spectres. I was so impressed that and don't tell this to anyone, I copied that file on them and brought it with me when I left the force. Oh my god, I need that. Man, let me tell you, they dominate. Can I see the file? Do you still have it? He hesitates for a second before speaking. Well, I suppose sharing their hardcoreness with more people is okay, I suppose. For a price. I'm your trusty customer. How about you let me take a peek for free, huh? Hey man, this is some hardcore stuff. I can't just show it to anyone. I mean, I can't show it to anyone for free, but for 50, no, this should be worth 100 Charons. For that, I can let you take a peek. A hardcore peek. Alright, dude. Here's your money. Let me find a document, and it's yours. You're not leaving the store with it, though. It takes him a brief moment to search for the document, then he hands it to you. He carefully watches you while you read it. Okay. The file contains all known information on Biocore's Special Operations Force, Spectre. Full name Spectre, part of Biocore Security Insignia, see picture below. Known members, James Barlington, Rudolph Brenger, Timothy Joe Burner, Michael Mortington, Stephen Luck, Hakira Matamo, Alyssa Bain. See, this is the one, Michael Mortington. This is the dude who needed something from medicine on the medical records, and his nickname was Morty. John Hagenstrand and Gunther. What a name, Gunther. Known information. The Spectres were Biocore's most elite unit, composed of a small number of highly trained operatives and usually tasked with performing dangerous missions. They were most often sent to perform assassination missions. Before the takeover of Biocore, they were a part of approximately 245 operations. 156 of those were assassinations. They were infamous for executing their victims by stabbing them through a nostril and into the brain. Leaving very little and sometimes undetectable traces of how the target was killed. Exactly. This is how it was done, so maybe with that long needle. All known Spectres were killed during Operation Banishment, launched by Praetorian security. While several bodies were never recovered, no Spectre activity was detected after the operation. The last page contains a picture of the Spectre insignia. That's enough. Give him the document. Alright, dude. Thank you. See you again. Goodbye. Now I know. I wonder how much of this it actually updates. Alright, anyway. I think that's enough information. It's Michael Morrington, so I can maybe ask Pascal about that, or somebody around SGS, and it maybe if I examine the body now that I know what kind of an injury to look for, it'll help out? I don't know, but I feel like I got a lot of information. I hope I don't have to come back to Core City. I hope I have enough info, but I feel good about it. I think the metro's cheaper than the boat. Could be wrong. Take me to the station. Let's take care of the station's murder mystery, or at least one of them. I failed so badly at the other one, I never found the body, and that was me learning UnderRail the hard way, which is that if you don't write stuff down, people don't repeat things. Okay, so let me first go to medical and see if I can investigate the body and find any info. Examine it. Even though you have some information about his death, you don't have enough knowledge to perform an autopsy. Okay. So maybe I can then get Pascal to do another one. Let me look at this console again. Patient records, recent patients. Michael Mordington. Sharp chest pain. Morty came in while everyone was asleep, and he said he's fine now. But who is Morty? Like, I don't know where this guy is. I know how Patrick Pierce died. And how would you know that? I did some investigating and believe Patrick was murdered. Pascal's face turned serious. Murder? But how is that possible? Wait, first tell me, how was Patrick murdered? A long, sharp object was used to stab him through the nose and into his brain. Pascal remained speechless. Can you check the body now that you know the cause? Yes, I will at once. You wait here while I quickly examine the body. Wait. Here we go. You noticed a suspicious countenance on Pascal as you were telling him about the murder, but when he finally returns, you could immediately tell that what you said turned out to be the truth. His expression of doubt is now one of astonishment as well as regret. You were right. There is a puncture wound going through the nose and right into the brain. That was enough to kill him. I would never have guessed it. I failed. If only I had been more thorough. You failed, all right. I shouldn't be the one to do your job. Oh, God. It's understandable. Thank you for your help. Yes, but tell me, who did this? I have to report this. I have to investigate this further. Don't say anything to anyone until I have more evidence, or else the murderer might realize we're on his tail. I have to go. Okay. But I don't know where Morty is. Who do I even talk to about this? It's also very confusing. Let me talk to the dude about... Maybe see if I can get, Lennox to talk about... Did your brother ever mention anything about specters or Operation Banishment? No, he never did, as far as I can remember. Why? I asked around and found out Pat was part of an operation while he was working for Praetorian Security. He never told me about it. I can't help you. Sorry. Never mind. Bye. You know anything, dude? Okay. You know anything? Alright. Gotta run. I need to talk to security people about this. Maybe Hadrian knows. Got a couple of questions. No, he doesn't. I need to get someone to spill the beans about this. Because right now, I only know that Michael's name is on the list, but I don't know who the guy is. I'll talk to some people maybe that would know about the specters here at SGS. Morty. Where's this guy, Morty? Was he the cook? Was he the cook at the... Wasn't there a cook? I feel like there used to be a cook, and then the cook's gone. Most people I can't ask about specters or anything. I also can't ask about Morty. getting difficult. Morty. Well, one thing I can do is, I can always talk to, the brother and see if I can accuse the guy, Michael, with the information I've got. But first, let me just check the kitchen. I swear, if there was like a person back here cooking. Nah, I must be wrong about that. Alright, anyway. I have reasons to believe he was killed. This dude. Why would he do something like that? He had reasons for revenge. Tell me what you know. General clues. During his days, Patrick was part of an operation that hunted down and killed the remaining Spectres, Biocor's Elite Special Forces unit. Yeah, keep going. Mord's real name is Michael Mordington. He was a member of the Spectre unit. Spectres are elite assassins who are famous for killing their targets by stabbing them through the nose, killing them and leaving a wound that's difficult to find. Something was used to pierce his nose and damage the brain. He was killed by a large surgical needle. That's it, dude. That bastard, thank you. You finally discovered who killed Pat. You can return to Jack for your payment. I finally know what happened to him. What will you do now? I'll talk to Tanner about this. I'll take care of everything. So long, Lennox. Rest well now that you know the truth. I will. End dialogue. Boom. Alright, so we did finish it. And I think that's the right resolution to this. I don't know where that Morty guy is, but we had enough info. And I can't follow up about it. See you later. Let me see what if Pascal says anything different. I swear, I think that's it, though. Nah, I can't really talk to him about it again. But we got it. That's all we needed to do. Alright, everybody. Well, geez. It took me a while, and I accused the wrong man at first, but I was able to right my wrong, and with a little digging at Core City, connected all the dots, and found out some interesting information about Biocore, the Spectres, crazy assassination methods, and we solved an unexplained death. So, oh, I need to get my workbench finished and installed. And Key was telling me that with the workbench it can help me with my crafting, and so I can make even better stuff with the workbench. I also need to let's see. Now we need to go to the lower UnderRail train station in Core City and meet Ohad Xander. And take care of that. So we will get into that in the next episode. This was a long one, but I had to get to the bottom. I had to play Sherlock Holmes here, and we did it. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an excellent evening or day, and I'll keep up these Jack Quicksilver quests next time. Take care, everybody.